So I just realized, and I'm live with it now. I just realized I didn't have music on that whole time when we started the stream.
It was just quiet. Just
I literally, for some reason, and let me go to this right here. Oh my camera's lagged out. So now not only do I'm just sitting here smiling. I am just smiling, and my camera's frozen. So let me fix that very quickly.
Oh, we're off to a great start.
Yep. It was muted. I had to restart the mixer. Okay, there we go. That was a great start. Yeah. So there was music on the whole time. We just went through a 4-minute song into it going live.
And then frozen.
And then I was frozen. I was smiling though while frozen though. So
that's good.
Just a wonderful start. But another match today. First match of the day. We got Shock versus London.
Yep.
Which will be a good time. What are your predictions? We didn't do predictions yesterday, and obviously we would have predicted Shock and Shock. It was a close matchup. What do you think?
I think that we're gonna be in and out of here in 30 minutes, 3-0.
Really?
Yeah, I hate to say it, London hasn't won a game.
Okay.
They looked better yesterday, but
okay.
They still haven't won a game though.
Yeah, they definitely had some close matches, but yeah. So hopefully Shock comes in and just really wants to just get the win fast, and then because sometimes when you go into those matches you can kind of start off a little bit slow. So we want to see Shock come out strong. One of the things we definitely have seen that it hasn't been as ideal as on the Koths. So we want to see Shock have a better showing on Koths today because they've been losing a lot of their Koths, their control points.
I mean, even yesterday, if it comes down that map 5 to not a control point map, on that Rhine Torb comp they're running, then that could be a different series.
Yeah, exactly.
But that weakness of control is showing.
Oh, absolutely. So we're hoping for a good match today. Welcome everybody. Thank you again for hanging out, for being here. We're doing another co-stream today. People have been enjoying them, which has been nice. We've been having a blast with them. Hope everybody's been having a wonderful day in general. Hopefully have a good weekend. Obviously there's no Shock match tomorrow, so the next Shock.
It's Saturday today, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
So the next. Usually we do Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, normally this is the Sunday one, but
exactly.
It feels like today's Sunday.
Yep. But next week we have Friday and Saturday also. I think Friday they play Paris next week, and then Saturday they play Houston. So
okay. The Houston one will be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be some interesting matchups. The Friday one's gonna be at this time, and then Saturday will be, I think it's 6. I think we have a late one on Saturday. Yeah, not too bad. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's hope for a good matchup here. They do have the stuff showing up here in the main scene, so give me 1 second to put that up. Put the volume up a little bit here to find the right volume. That's usually where the volume casters are.
London were definitely the team that wanted to play more close together. Even with
I'm ready.
in the composition.
Let's go.
Do you think? I think we're going to see more ons today. I think
we're going to see the same lineups. I don't think they're going to change their lineups. I think for them, they're going to keep the similar lineups they have across the board because it's what works for them. And the only way they're going to get better at it is by continuing to practice it. So we're going to probably see the mix of comps we've been seeing, where we see
That's true. That's true.
As they come out on the first map, which I think is Control,
know exactly why
the roster that we're seeing right now is Blister, Nero, Super, Choi, Violet, and FD God. So
that's different, actually.
It is. I actually expected them to come out with the other comp, but maybe it's based off of the Control map they're playing. So that was on Ilios yesterday. I wonder if is it Nepal, maybe? Did they play Nepal?
I thought it was... Did I see Busan? I thought it was Busan.
Busan, that makes sense, too. They didn't play Busan yesterday with that comp, right?
Right.
So you have what? University, you have Garden, and then what's the other one?
With this lineup,
City Center.
based up. So maybe the Reinhardt with the
So I think they're right.
Wait, on Oasis?
Oh wait, we're in Busan right now, right?
Yeah.
I thought you said Oasis. I don't know where I'm at.
I was gonna say, I thought it was. I honestly don't know. I might have misread it completely.
I don't know what map we're on.
Listen, I was gonna say, wait a minute, City Center, what?
Wow, we're off to a. Okay, it's on Oasis.
The maps that they ended up winning.
It is Oasis. Okay, so you're right. Okay.
Okay, so I was right about the maps. I have no idea. Listen.
Okay.
We sat here for 4 minutes with a song playing that didn't have any volume, and then my camera was frozen at the start, and we didn't even know what map we were playing. Let's go.
My camera frozen, at least.
I mean, my camera, I've had the freezing thing for a while. That's because Sully
I remember there was a
computer, and usually will, whenever he hits the cord, it will freeze it. So
questioning why
we haven't had issues since
around the corner
with your freeze
when he had an opportunity.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
That was awful for a while. Like, we're talking about like 6 freezes a game. That was every time I was back in spawn, I'd reset it.
You know, you have that composition.
All right,
well,
here we go.
time,
Are you ready? Let's see if Shaw can dominate this and pop off.
Going to come out and do that.
Oh, this point right here, I would assume is really good for their Torb comp, or they run the May comp here. Because May is really good here.
May can be really good. Yeah, Nero plays a lot of May, a lot of Torb, a lot of. I mean, Nero plays pretty much anything. But we've been seeing Nero playing a lot of that May. University is one of those comps where, they're probably gonna run the May comp. It's actually gonna be a mirror right here, where my guess is they're probably gonna switch to McCree.
Yep.
Sombra hasn't changed that much. Let's be fair.
I'll turn on the stream a little bit. Okay, I will.
I mean, Scott was playing.
There we go. That should be a little bit better. Tell me that's better now.
Team to victory, you know, in 2018. If he was in the lineup, are we going to be talking about that? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
We haven't actually seen this McCree May rush comp since last. Not the last one, but the one before.
They could go Tracer too, but I think it's gonna be McCree. They're just gonna play Sim. Yeah, they went Sim. So they're staying Sim. Okay. I thought most of the time they just TP out, but apparently it's just they're gonna mirror on Sim.
So, see who can keep Symmetra alive,
which isn't too bad.
Wall somebody off and just mow him down with a beam. Really nice.
So far, they already got really good map control.
Yeah.
Is it a little bit like laggy or like?
Was insane. It is a little laggy.
Okay.
I think it just means
it's like the FPS is a little bit off.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that was a huge wall right there.
That was just a great play.
Yep.
Good start. The one thing that Shock will have going for them this next fight is they're going to have Window. So I wouldn't doubt it if we see Violet use Window really early here, give them time to build up ultimates, and usually it can be a one-team fight if used correctly. And then after that, they're just going to rotate their ultimates around. Really good start, though, for Shock. That's exactly the start you want to see from them.
Yep.
And we'll kind of see what happens right now.
I
think honestly these fights are gonna come down to Nero's walls more than anything, because if he just keeps isolating their Rhine like that, they're not even gonna have a chance.
Yep. 100%.
Just because of how powerful that isolation play is, and even here they can't even peek in. They have to wait to get healed back up.
And Shock's gonna be patient with this, although it looks like they actually. London does get Window off first, and actually that could lead to a kill, because a lot of time when you Window first, it means you're gonna be able to time your play a little bit sooner. So what I mean by that is when you Window first, you can Fire Strike first and do everything first. So they have to react to the Window, and a lot of the time, a lot of damage can happen. That's exactly what just happened right there. Is that they were just building Window, and they actually made a good play off and took the point. It was just about London making the play first there. So.
Yeah, it was actually good. It was good.
And I'll try to turn down the sound like a little bit.
Sounds good.
That's a little
it sounds good.
We'll try to get it. I think we'll be good now. The sound should work across the board now.
This is a big fight. There's a lot of ults on both sides. I think it's gonna come down on whoever gets the bigger mail. Because if you get a big mail here, then you free up the other team. Even if you don't get the kills right away, you can shatter.
Yep.
For free.
Shock's just clearing everything now to make sure.
It's healthy indeed.
Yep.
Obviously needs to be aware of May wall, but he just charges forward. He says, "No, I'm just."
Well, that sim wall could be really good here, because as you can see, they don't have sim wall on London. They're playing the McCree comp.
Yep.
So the good eat by Choi there was able to actually save a little bit of the team, and a big slam. A big slam. It looks like they used a TP shatter right there. Ooh. Super is getting really low right now, but I think they're gonna be able to survive this. There's a lot happening in this fight. I think Shock is just going to win the fight. What happened there is they basically gave up map control. But no, as I say that, London turns around with 2 picks.
I somehow am like 10 seconds behind you now.
Oh, are you?
I don't know how it happened, but I am.
Oh.
Wow, London really did it. Actually,
Bro, you're so confused for a second. You're like, what is going on here?
Like, what are you talking about? They haven't got any kills. And it's like, oh, wait, there they are.
Well, I can tell you what percentage I'm at right now. 75, 76.
Yeah, we can fix it after.
Okay.
I'm like, now I'm at 76, 77, 78.
You can refresh right now, right?
I could. I don't know if that'll catch
I'll let you know what
me.
happens.
All right, keep going, keep going.
Choi did have Choi's making some really good plays. We're at 89%, 90%. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Are you caught up yet?
Dude, I was way ahead of you. Like, I'm talking like 10 seconds ahead now.
Oh, you're on the next map?
Yeah, almost.
Are you caught up now?
I'm just gonna try to cycle it after. I don't want to spoil it.
Wow, Shock won the fight. Did you see that coming?
There's no point getting Lassie for this one. He's
yeah.
not going to make it back. 148% for Cisco.
Okay, I tried to unpause it and go back, but that was.
How is this so scuffed today? How have we managed?
I don't know. It's really off though. Okay, what's your time up top? Prepare to attack.
28, 27, 26, 25.
But I mean, you know,
Keep going. I'm still waiting.
20, 19, 18, 17.
Okay, all right, we're good.
All right, we're good.
I was actually 9.5 seconds into the future.
So then how did you end up 10 seconds behind before that?
I don't know. It just happened.
All right, we're fine.
Keep that shield going.
Let's go.
At least you benefited from the ultimate.
Okay.
London, you really didn't get much of it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm ready.
So. Honestly, the May walls are the big difference makers, though. Seriously, here, like even in that last fight, the May wall that led into the May ult was just was huge. I just couldn't say anything because I didn't know if you guys had seen it yet.
Well,
how did they beat them that fast to high ground? That was a very fast rollout from London. Unless Shock actually chose to play the small
We've
ring.
seen them do this before. Remember where like Shock doesn't, at least from what I've seen, Shock doesn't like to mirror them on Koth. They like to go the other way. So if London had gone to the point, I think they might have gone up on high ground. That's just, I haven't seen that, but a lot of the time Shock chooses to go to the point. And I think they like the idea of putting the pressure on the team to have to drop eventually, and they don't feel like they're gonna get picked off in the team fight. They play a little bit better.
The next May wall here too.
Yeah. They're actually getting close to it really, like, they're going to have Simwall well before them.
So charged up.
Yep. But they do get a kill onto the Rhine. So there is an opportunity for them to get the play here, but I think Shock may be able to actually turn this fight around, because if you look at disengage.
Kind of play this a little bit slow, disengage, yeah.
It's hard to say.
Because they get the window up. Super does a great job of not falling there, so that way they can come back in right here. And they're not getting, the fight's still going.
They're going to get the point, at least, I think, here. I don't think there's an opportunity for London to get the point, but there's an opportunity for them to retake it. Yep, there it is.
Oh, Super does go down.
That's what I'm saying. They were going to give him the percentage to retake it.
Violet there's going to get punished. Sound barrier again on both sides.
I think London might actually have it.
I actually didn't even notice that they flipped it. Oh, no, they capped it. I'm going to be honest. I didn't even see it.
Man, we're doing great today.
Man, we're on fire today.
Yeah.
You get almost 20% though off of that. Like, off of a losing fight, that's not, you know, especially over how long that fight went.
Yeah.
Both teams built beat.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know a fight went for a long time. Is in one fight, you build a full beat.
The big play here is going to be the window. There's obviously May ult on both teams, but I think it's going to come down to how good the window is right now.
Yep.
So, we'll see.
And Matrix there, Violet can't make it.
Wow.
He's taken down instantly. He puts the
Gets caught.
Can't really do much about that.
Yep. Just a tough angle, honestly.
Yep. But a really good pin here by Super.
Well, catch him with the charge.
Well, they were already down in numbers, so Super just took him off the map. There was no reason to. And actually, did I miss something, or did they go for Shatter on a play there? Because there's only 4% on Shatter, or did he shatter into that fight
He just shattered that. He did shatter that. He shattered. He got 1 or 2, but Super pinned him off.
I didn't even know he shattered.
See, I caught that.
Man, we're doing great. All right.
They got some time here because the Rhine just got back. But they must have. Did they TP him up?
They must have. I have no idea.
Just the rollout was just quick. Honestly,
nice
big
pin by Super again.
Huge.
And they got Lamp, actually, I think. Oh, wow. And London invested every single ultimate they had there. And Shock is going to have both support ults going to the next fight, as well as Diva Bomb. That was huge. And they got to that, like, 77%, which means if Shock loses any more fights, they do have one more retake. And when I say, like, a solid retake, not like you have to tap the point. Like, they'll have plenty of time to get back to the point.
Using that May ult there, wow, that is huge for Shock right here.
I will say, when London used that May ult, I think the timing was right. It just, everybody got rolled. Like, immediately after. It's like when you use your ultimate, and then you look at the kill feed, and 4 people are dead, you're like, wait, what happened?
Yep.
So
it was like yesterday. At one point, we blinked and 4 people died.
Yep. And wow, they actually get a pick right away. They're not going to have beat this fight. And
actually, still can't push though because the window's still up.
Yeah, but
it's going to buy them some time.
I think London's going to push him with beat. They might use beat here.
Super's in
but FD God's going to be back in a second. FD God's going to be back.
FD God pops his beat. That rollout was crazy.
That was really good. Wow. And I think did they stop the shatter there?
He super blocked it, but somehow got caught by the pin. How did he get kept by the pin?
I have no idea, but he actually gets 3.
Wait,
what?
What?
Violet takes the TP and
how do you do that?
What is going on?
You know what? You know what that was? That was a classic case of the Rhine situation where you just kind of like just send it and like close your eyes and stuff happens and then you're like, yep, I did that.
Well, you know what? I'm surprised that. Huh. All right. Well, last fight here. Holy crap.
This is gonna come down to both males.
Yep.
Honestly, if somehow if Nero can hit a big male here, it's just good night. Even with them having window here, which they're gonna try to pop to keep them from walking in. This is their key is this. I want
to talk about a really good play here, by the way. Choi like managed to fly in there and actually touch the point, and they really can't do anything about it, which actually means that window is a waste. And they're gonna be able to take like an even fight here. Obviously, they do have. Wait.
Oh, the males. Gliss was in some trouble. Wait, this bomb. No.
Wow. And London's gonna take this map. I mean, this round going into the next round.
Yep. That was honestly just a good bomb and bait from Blase. Blase, they couldn't move because they were just coming out of the freeze from the male.
I think that was. I think that pin was just to get Lucio with that pin. I think it was like super. Yeah. It was like super lucky, and it's just one of those fights that you look back and you go, what do you even do there? I mean,
it's probably one of those situations where he went to try to pin Super dodged it, and it just happened to catch the Lucio, and then also he just 180 fire strike just to like send something back to the fight.
And Violet had gone to the TP at that point. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
It was a great play. It was just one of those plays that like you don't like, you know, in your set plays. That's probably not your set play.
Yep.
But yeah, just charge randomly and get Lucio into a fire strike.
That's like me type of play. That's what I do.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Send it.
You know, one every like 9 times or so. Like,
yeah, 1 out of 20 times it works out.
Which is pretty. Which I mean, with you know, with some of the meta is right now, it's not even that bad.
Yeah, well, die the other 19 times. But.
So if you notice, they go with the Torp comp here, not the May comp.
Yeah, and that's what we've been seeing a lot out of Shock is this Torb comp, so I'm surprised to see it.
And Shock's
angle.
Yeah,
see that angle right there? That was mean.
Good decision to make that to go on that angle too, because they really can't get to him. Even with Rush. Now the Torb turret is kind of in a bad spot though, so they get the Torb turret down, which the Torb turret is very strong as we've seen yesterday. Really smart play. That was a really just good aggressive play.
That's a good rotation right there. Get aggressive.
Yep.
Kill the Rhine.
They get the point too, by the way.
Yeah, they can't even like, you know, kill the rest of them. They just have to sit there and play defensive. But now you can start getting the capture percentage and just hang out and wait for the next one.
It seems to me, and I don't really know how
he was just catching a ride.
I don't really know how it goes in general on like scrims or like, but I think what happens is Shock prefers to be just on the point rather than have to drop and retake. And I don't know how what happens in scrims when they go high ground, but they always give the team the high ground and always get the point first.
Yep.
And then after that, it's either if the team can actually win off of that, but they got 30% plus because of that. And maybe that's why they like
running it. Their comp can be very brawly, but it also can be very stally as well.
It looks like the window went too deep, by the way. There. I don't think that was where they wanted the window to go.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow. Oh. That looked like it was going to get like 4.
Was that Blase's wall that blocked that?
I mean, maybe.
I think Blase's wall blocked that.
Now, does Shock just give him the point here? No. So they're gonna I think they're gonna commit to the idea of just trying to buy as much time here, which isn't a bad idea.
They're full stall now.
I mean, they might get Super back in time. I'm not even kidding. I think Super might make it back to the point in time.
He's here. He's back.
That was so well played. That disengage, and we talked about that yesterday, how their disengages were losing them some fights.
Yep.
That was perfect, and they actually, the window's in a good spot, and oh my.
Oh, that fire strike just got them all very low, and they just got cleaned up.
And they should hold close. I think they're going to hold close here. I don't think you give them
going
space.
for it.
I think you
they're looking for anyone that's left over.
Who can touch?
Okay. Oh, Choi just spotted that there's a diva behind. Wait,
able to touch.
Wait, they went out and just got the bat real quick.
Well,
like, oh yeah, we'll go get him and then go back.
Yep.
they're going to be able to get a kill on a support.
I think there's still opportunity for London to get some kills here. Good blocks. Good blocks there from both sides. Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to say...
Wait, Calyx?
Yeah, there was going to be an opportunity.
3K.
The reason why I say that is because the D.Va didn't take much HP and they had a ton of ultimate, so for them it was like... It looked like they had an opportunity to retake that. But Shock got to 99. You know, there's probably going to be one more team fight here that London should win. And then Shock should have some good cooldowns after that. But it's really going to depend on... It depends if London decides to be aggressive with this play. If not, I can see Shock actually taking this fight. So if they decide to be the aggressor here, then if not, I can see Shock being able to survive the retake.
Yep, they're going to look for their mail here, too. Oh, Choi just sent it.
I do that so much, and I understand.
Yep, I know you do.
Yep.
You know, they probably planned that fight. They weren't gonna win it though, like you said before. It's like if it went on long enough, maybe they could win it, but probably didn't walk into it planning to win it.
My guess.
Oh, go ahead. Good ults.
Yeah.
My guess. That's what they want.
And they used ultimates. Is that they didn't. They wanted to. They didn't think they were going to use the Mei wall to stop that, and then so they went for D.Va to like engage on that, so they can re-engage off of it. But then they had Mei wall this as a delay, and then there was a bunch of things happening. So it was. It looked like a play that was like not that good, but in reality, it probably was planned.
Oh yeah.
Look where D.Va is, by the way.
This is
D.Va's gonna try to eat the Mei out.
From the shadows. Maywall might help him catch Glister, but he doesn't go for the kill instead.
Goes with a bomb?
Kind of a good play.
Oh! No.
And he makes it too. This is going to be a problem for the San Francisco Shock now.
That remake though.
And they've also lost Glister.
Molf is going and just completely uncontested in the backline right now.
Wow.
The ultimate sat.
What a play.
The point was you were sitting at a 90-99 type of game, and the FD God's chance.
He's not gonna touch. He got booped off.
Yeah, but they already had somebody touch.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
Won't stop San Francisco from getting in here, but Harding goes for a nice shatter. It's an easy cleanup on Violet there, and San Francisco are already down.
If Super comes back, hits a 6-man, and then kills 4.
If they can just be patient for a bit here, they do have time. There is a time in here where they do have time.
Choi's got a good stall going.
They're going to lose Choi here, but there is a time in that can work.
They still
here.
got Glister on the Tracer behind as well.
Yep.
They're not going to be panicking too hard.
Yep.
Nero's got to step forward. He does have a blizzard of his own, but he's essentially going to be on his own, and he never has to let it go.
Yeah, Super had to shatter that too. He was getting frozen in the mail, so he had to shatter.
He had to.
Over the course of Oasis.
Honestly, that was tragic. The remake.
Yep, 100%.
That was tragic.
100%.
London just played that.
Honestly, that whole fight was. He killed the baby D.Va and doesn't get squished, then
I think they win that.
They win that entirely.
There was nothing you could do about that. Just well played by London right there. I mean, you got to give them credit. They played that extremely well.
Yeah. Honestly, Molf just getting good. Honestly, making some hero plays.
Yep.
Realistically.
We'll see though if the Shock bounce back.
Dang.
I think they definitely a little bit of a wake-up call that London's not going to be a team they're just going to roll over.
Hybrid is just around.
I think they'll be fine. It's just for some reason I don't know what it is. Shock has been struggling on Koth.
Yep.
It's just they'll figure it out. But that was just a really good play across the board. I mean, that play by D.Va to be able to flank that and then to be able to survive that. I'm surprised. What happened is they turned around and then they could have actually DMAC'd D.Va there and actually like re-aggress back in, but they once again I think they had a set play. They just played that well.
Yeah, I mean the Mei wall came out and isolated with McCree. I think it was McCree Bat versus the D.Va, and then like once he felt like he was going to lose the 1v2, just sent the bomb to get some space. And then they had to wait the bomb out, and that's when he gets the crush with the remake kill.
Yep.
And that right there, honestly, just completely changes the whole fight.
Well, on to the next map. We still see what happens.
I just honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if these next 2 or 3 maps kind of look very, very different from that one. Just something about control. Something about control is just not clicking.
We actually saw that happen yesterday where Shock just played 2 dominant maps. Well, King's Row wasn't dominant, but they played really well. And they just won both maps and they played 2 CP, which in theory, is you're capturing points. And we saw them play, you know, another control, and then they lost that. But that's been like so far, that's been like a whole season thing. Like ever since the beginning of the season to now, the maps they lose are generally the costs. They just, and it's something that I think they'll eventually figure out. Like they make the maps close, which means it's not like they're far off. It's not like they're at 99-0 at every map. It's 99-99 and they lose on the third map usually. Or they'll lose like 99 to 80%, something like that, right? So it's not like, it's just, they'll figure it out. And that's right now, that's where they're losing most of their matches, is on the cost maps. And control maps and stuff.
Even yesterday, it was just the 2 Koth losses just was killer.
Yep, and they lost to 2 CP, which you have to capture points.
Yeah, I mean the 2 CP was much closer. You know, but it's just the control.
Yep,
that's it.
Absolutely, 100%. We'll see though.
I think this is where I think we see Ons come back in. I feel like we see Ons come back in. That's my prediction, because, you know, this is a good game to get him, you know, back into it. You know what I mean?
Well, it also is map dependent though too. So, what map are they playing?
True. I should have looked at them and remembered them. I have no idea. Yeah. You don't have a clue yet, do you?
I have no clue. I don't even know.
Oh, I thought I saw an Eichenwald in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, the good news is they can definitely do this.
Dude, where is this cursed bird from? I always see it.
You talking about Carl?
It's named?
That was Carl.
The little owl bird?
Yeah, that was what
Ghost?
That's what Mr. X had and it's Eichenwald, by the way. That's what Mr. X drew.
That is cursed. That thing is cursed. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, it's Carl.
We saw it yesterday too. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And by IBM,
Carl?
the official cloud and AI partner.
I'm glad it has a name. All right, is it actually?
In classic San Francisco style, the Shock
Here we go.
snap up one of the most
Nero's May has been insane, honestly.
Nero's played very well pretty much this whole time.
Definitely something
you know,
we were
you know, obviously you're gonna have some days you don't play as well, or you don't see how well a player's playing, or like you don't have to do as much, or you have to do a lot. You know, it's very map dependent. All right, so we have an Eichenwald here. So last time we saw Eichenwald, which was a while ago, they actually ran a double shield comp, and they ran it for a reason, because they liked the way the comp worked. I don't think we're gonna see that.
Right.
I think we're gonna see
Smurf's back in, so we're probably gonna see some Winston.
Yep. I think we're gonna see a Winston Diva comp and like an Anna Brig comp.
There, I thought, like you mentioned, I thought Violet's Amp matrices.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Twilight's back in.
Smurf will come in.
On a Brig.
Twilight comes in.
Winston Diva.
Yep. They want to play Winston.
Echo. Maybe Echo. Maybe Echo.
So, look for
Tracer.
Completely different on this next.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking. I am surprised On's not back in though. To be honest.
Yeah, with
thought for sure we'd be seeing more of them today.
We think, okay, there's probably Brigitte. It looks like Violet is the
definitely curious to see what they play. I don't know if like Eichenwald's the map that you would like. Ons would play Dorado and Junkertown.
It looks like the Shock have settled on this
right.
Those type of maps, like that's where you want to play Widow. I don't think we'll see, Havana, right? I don't think we'll see. You remember how Glister would come in for certain maps? I think that's what we'll see. Ons when Ons is gonna come in for those maps. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's the role that he'll be playing, and I think when we go to a Dorado, and honestly, going into next season. Our next tournament, where if these changes go through, which by the way, the changes for the hit scan were it's how hit scan used to be.
Maybe one that's giving the Shock more fight than they expect.
That was what I think if I'm correct, during like goats or something, hit scan was at like the 30% drop off. They just put it to, and they increased it.
Wait, was it?
I think it was. There was a time where hit scan had not as much drop off,
but with the aggression of the Winston, and I think
no,
a little bit like what Johnny was talking about.
I don't remember that being a change. I thought that this change was like a first time.
Maybe I'm wrong. I remember they did a change a while back where they increased the drop off range.
Yeah, it'll be the shotgun.
I'll have to look into it.
Maybe for certain heroes, but I don't remember like a universal hit scan drop off.
Either way, Widow's going to be very good.
Yeah, they're gonna
yes.
with it again. So
because Widow's going to be the only, basically the only hit scan that can basically counter Widow. Now, obviously, Widow versus Widow, but obviously, you know, I think for some reason, I think Echo and Tracer are going to be really strong.
You know what? I realized something.
What?
We don't have at least 300 likes on the video. That's why, you know, we need to have 300 likes to win this round. Chat, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do.
All right, here we go. Rush comp from London. Double bubble from Shock.
Substitutions. You probably won't see the Violet Lucio here.
Here we go. I'm ready.
See it against the fuel though. San Francisco did play Violet Lucio, and we might get to see it again here, which is definitely makes us think that.
So London's actually staying with this rush comp.
I had a closer look at
oh, that's a
huge pick from Nero.
Huge pick. That's probably the best pick he could have got.
100%.
Do it in the past,
100%.
especially more this season than any other. It was Nero who gets to pick to start things off.
But then a lot of trades happen, and it does look like Shock should at least win the initial fight here. I don't know if there's a retake possibility, but there might be a retake because they didn't even cap the point, like even remotely. And that's the opportunity where we might see them try to retake this with a rush comp, and I think they will. I actually think they might try to retake this.
No,
See, I was completely,
don't think so.
yep, not even close. See, they're setting up for second.
There's some disparate engagements happening across.
They could retake that.
But
see, yep. Just a little bit of a. They're going for the late retake.
Well, yeah, they want to make sure they don't open this door, because if you don't open the door here, Shock has to win like a fight just to open the door, which then takes another 15 seconds.
Which is true, because you have the part of the map where it takes a while for the doors to open. So they're gonna hold here, and then they're gonna be able to retake right outside the doorway. It's a really good play.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And they're running rush, so like holding close like this is really what they want.
Yep.
That'll be Smurf. It looked like he was trying to jump through.
100%.
But gets booped off by Kellex. So already
Wow, they are just straight up holding the doors.
Yep.
Curious to see how Shock wants to play this when they come out.
They're probably just gonna do a little bit of poke right now and maybe build up Nano.
I thought I saw Glisser sneak behind.
It's not that
you
common.
did.
This doesn't happen on many maps at all. Usually you
Okay, so Glisser's trying to get their attention to make them be split, and when they split up a little bit, that's when you can start to pick off these parts of the rush. Because while rush stays together, rush is strong, but if you break it up, then it loses a lot of its power. Like right here, like just having 2 or 3 turn around to look was enough for them to engage and win it.
That was a great retake by them.
But look at this. You need to
Yep.
use
100%.
You need to use Dragon, Pulse Bomb in Prime to get out of the spawn.
All right, well.
And now the gate opens.
Now,
See,
now
the gate opens. That's the problem. Is it?
They can retake right there.
Look at all this time that they bought, and they're already ready for another fight, and the cart has barely moved.
And look at their ults. I wouldn't doubt it if we see Shock play an aggressive play here to prevent their like rush comp right away.
Here comes the big grab.
Did I just see Smurf get booped off the map?
Okay, it was a boop. That was at least.
Yeah, I don't think.
Like you earlier.
I don't think Smurf. Listen, I got booped off the map.
Yeah, you got booped.
The second time I did.
Off the map.
The first time I just.
So you're not really able to get any kills out of that. Nero's still causing problems, though.
That was a great grab, but yeah, honestly, that was just tough. That was a good boop by Kellex, honestly.
Yep.
I hate the grab and no follow-up from San Francisco.
I mean, so far, I mean, London's definitely happy with their hold. Shock also does have the map control here, so they're not too upset with where they're at map-wise. So, as long as they can do a good job here of winning this fight, I think they're going to be okay, and I think they actually can snowball into second. The rest of the second after this, because they're going to have really good map control, but this is the most important fight.
Mechanics on this guy absolutely out of control.
Ryan's very low in the back there, as we see. And now this is where Shock's going to be happy. They're able to get the kills. They're going to be able to get some ult charge here on the cart. And now they're going to be able to play a little bit closer now, which will allow for them to kind of make it hard on the retake here. I think it'll be really tough for them to retake.
The best part of even the playing close is like you're allowed to give up some space if they rush onto you, which means that like if they use their cooldowns to go out to the first person and they jump away like the Winston, then they don't have anything to keep chasing. Like they're gonna be really having to extend themselves to
and Smurf has
keep
here.
going.
This is the Deadeye.
Yep.
Trying to buy themselves some space, trying to get up towards his castle.
Sparko
Really not able to do anything there. It's kind of just one of those. This fight's going to take a little bit. Although I just saw a huge flank coming in from their D.Va, so I'm kind of curious. But
yep, a huge flank from Smurf too, and then the stick as well. That was massive.
They should win this fight. I don't see them losing this fight. Now, I'm curious though to see if they stick with the dive onto third, because as you know, dive can be a little bit worse on third. So I wouldn't doubt it if we see them actually make a swap. But at the same time, they may actually just stay with this comp the whole way, no matter what.
I believe they're going to stay with the comp.
Violet did switch to Lucio too.
I still think they'll stick with the Winston comp.
I wouldn't doubt it. I think they like double bubble here. But the rush comp definitely gains a lot more value right now. Might.
And they're getting so split as well. They're getting Smurf does not die when he goes into their backline, and he gets a huge primal kill. Gusser is the one who cleans it up, but really is the one.
If you look here, winner losing this fight, D.Va's actually holding the cart.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
And they have honestly, this is actually a great fight still for Shock either way.
Very good for Shock.
Smurf comes back, Ryan to come back. So you're right. They do swap one of the Ryan comp, and they're actually. I think they're going to try to look to probably nano Ryan here.
They're going to nano Ryan. Well, it depends. They might not nano Ryan only because if they have Shatter, but we'll see. They might just play aggressive with it and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Catch Blase in the back. That's huge.
That was a huge pick. Wonderful play there by Smurf. Wow.
Oh,
that was one of those plays where like that could have went a lot different.
It was like 9 different things he had to just do and did all of them right.
Yeah. Yep. Into a big slam.
Big slam. That's massive.
Reaper no shift on point right now, so I can get a free kill on Reaper, and that's it.
Yep.
That's a good attack by Shock.
That play, staying calm like that against from Smurf, like, because if he countercharged, he was dead. If he got pinned, he was dead.
Yep.
You know, if he didn't go, like, if he went too close to the bomb and then shielded towards it, he was probably dead. So he had to make sure that he didn't get booped on top of the bomb. Made sure that he was able to shield the bomb, then turn around, not get pinned, not get counter pinned, or if he decided to counter pin, which obviously was not the play for him, and then also turn around and pin their Ryan and kill him. Like there was like 9 different things that just happened there. Like that was that is just having like a really good grasp and confidence of the game.
Well, that was a great play. That was a great play.
Because London just did everything they could right there. They just put him in a tough spot, and they still popped out.
Yep. So now we're going to see if Shock can have what Shock wants right now. They want to have a dominant hold here.
Yep.
If they have a dominant hold right now on defense, they are going to be confident going to the next one. Like guaranteed. Because it was once again looking a little bit rough there, right? London had a little bit more momentum, but now Shock has that momentum, and if they can continue on the momentum, that is how you finish strong and you win the next 3 matches. These 3 matches.
Yep.
But if it gets close, you know that's what you don't want to see. So I wouldn't doubt it, and I think they're running this. I think they've talked about the London comp before too, where they know they play the Orisa D.Va, which is why I think they're running this Echo Tracer comp. I think there's a reason why they're doing that. Now I'm curious to see if London will switch off of that, or if they're just going to stay on this comp. It's not that London's comp is bad. It's just that Shock has a really good comp against this, especially at the choke.
Right.
So I definitely want to see what happens here. And Shock, you know, they want to just dominate this defense here. They want to get this done fast.
Yep.
So
Orisa D.Va too is interesting.
I like Orisa D.Va. The more and more I've played Orisa D.Va comp, it plays extremely well. And it's one of those comps you look at, you're like, huh? But then when you actually play it, you're like, oh, I see.
They'll chase this to Spitfire, but they get run straight into a body grenade and Nero.
I just don't like Orisa. That's just kind of my thing.
And look at that.
And the Spitfire walks straight.
The reason why it plays well is because you can counter dive decently because you can just pull when they get aggressive, and D.Va can DM a lot of the damage. And you really don't play the Sigma in the comp because Sigma has a little bit of.
Oh, gets pulled there. That actually.
Toya's getting close to ultimate here, and Violet's close to Valk too. So they're just gonna disengage back, and by disengage back, they're gonna stay aggressive in this room. Okay, now they're falling back. What a
no!
stick.
Yeah, that was.
But they do have Valk. They can res
stick.
that.
Blase,
Yep.
so good.
Can you res
Able to
this?
dodge the sleep
I
dart.
don't know if they
crucially.
can though.
Okay, self-destruct.
Maybe
Thought they
not.
might create a little bit of space for potential.
Nero's at least back. Nero's getting close to ult. Nero's got ult.
They might just give him a tick. They might just like.
And there's a dead
They
eye
might
here,
just
so
wait
that's
to
really dangerous
recontest.
stuff for Nero. Okay, no,
Although Violet went for the res there.
Violet, I think he got
Guys, go
interrupted
for
by
it.
Halt.
Yeah,
Wow.
He gets taken out while he's trying to do it.
Nero and Orisa.
Because we actually heard the sound. So he was
Honestly, that pull, Nero went a little bit aggressive, maybe a little too aggressive, trying to get extra ult charge, and got pulled back in and got punished for it really hard.
Just really good play there, and they're off of Echo now.
And they'll move away from the
My
Echo,
guess is
they'll
they
move away
go,
from the Mercy,
and the only reason why I think they go Hanzo here is they're just gonna be able to
back
play the high ground,
the
spam the
Winston,
shield,
Zarya, the double
hit the shield
bubble
down as
with
fast as
the
possible, and they
Hanzo.
run double bubble.
Yep.
You have the grab dragon.
So yeah.
Great combo,
100%.
with There's no real big support ult on the other side.
I'm probably gonna try to build up Nano too, because I think that their Nano Winston play is their next play here.
So the verticality, just outrange the McCree.
They might go for a pulse bomb play or an aggressive Winston play too.
Hanzo being able to
I would not doubt that.
break
Yeah.
up the Orisa, right? Which is easier to get even more.
Yeah, because it's tough to build it right in this situation right now.
Find a grenade from Twilight.
Really good play. Yep.
Honestly, I don't even know who jumped in. I
They
know
just
Smurf
went in and got
but
kills. Now I
They
would not
just went in and
doubt
got kills.
if they hold close here.
Nope,
They're gonna take the high
You think
ground.
so?
I mean it's okay in that comp, but
Yeah, this is bad.
okay, they are holding close. They're not holding spawn
like
close.
we've been talking about. This isn't a team that wants to.
They don't want to
play
give
this
that
aggressive
comp
pass
time to
style,
set up. Look where Twilight
kind
is.
of what we saw
Oh
back
yeah,
when
Twilight's gonna go for the flank nade, and they'll have the
Yep.
Nano Winston if they need it.
Yep, this is a really good setup. Now, the only way this play gets broken is if London goes left side.
Well, he'll probably make Nano Smurf on the way in. Yeah.
Big.
Really
Massive.
good nade, really good play.
Yeah. Sleeps Molt there, so there's no real ability to chase down.
They'll end up getting one kill though, so this is gonna be tough. Because they have the
think
window
they'll be
still up.
okay.
They're sustaining.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, still quite a long time left on the friendly barrier.
And look at the ultimates they built
Okay.
off of that.
Well, I was scared because the rally. The rally was still up.
Well, if you
And
notice,
the
they
rally
didn't really,
window is scary.
it is, but if you notice, they didn't really, wow,
They
they didn't really push. Like,
Yep.
they kind of just stayed there. What you want to do against that? A lot of the time, people will break all, they're like, oh, I'm gonna go get aggressive, and then you get rolled, and you're like, oh, what the heck?
Start on,
Yep.
like,
And look at Twilight. Actually, might go for another flank play here.
he's
Not
insane player.
like from the other high ground.
They really
Like they're
just
clearing
use
they're
the
clearing the map
concepts
now to
now,
make sure
right?
that Twilight isn't hiding. But I think Twilight was actually no. Blisters in their backline. I didn't even realize that.
It's really far back there. I mean, like,
Yep.
it should be fine. It's especially Tracer. It's really tough to force that Tracer out. It's not
Yep.
like they can do anything for a while.
And once again, they're
They
getting
look for the
aggressive.
stick.
They're getting aggressive. They're going in. They're using their support outs aggressively. They don't want to give them space here. They just want to get in there. They want to play aggressive. And once again, they want to dominate and hold this, right?
Yep.
They need to play with this confidence if they want to win and do what they got to do.
Yep.
That's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Especially with that Orisa comp. That Orisa comp is just much more poke heavy.
Yep.
So like, if they sit there and just let them get poked down, then they'll just lose.
100%.
But they play aggressive here, so they don't have time to poke them out.
Yeah.
Sit in a corner.
That way,
You grab pulse bomb if you want it.
you can really
So many
just
different
keep the
options
pressure on
here
them.
is,
I don't disagree.
The Shock probably get another hold.
Probably see grab this fight. Maybe
Yep.
grab Pulse or grab Dragon.
Probably seems like the play they'll go with.
Brutal.
Glister, yeah. Spark
They're
out
looking
quick.
for him. They know Glister's been going around behind a lot, so I think they're looking out for him a little bit more.
Yep.
At long range and get a headshot early. Good damage here though.
Good nade there.
Good nade.
Gonna, keep him honest for a little while. He'll play from the back line still. There's Glister again. Gets
Ooh.
rid of Immortality Field. Gets rid of that sorry, the Bongo, the Supercharger. They find Trick open.
I think they might. I actually don't know what's gonna happen here. They might just give him the fight. I think Shock's gonna give him this fight. I think they're okay.
I don't think they have a choice. Yeah.
Massive.
But
Honestly, they played that as well as they could, though. They waited
Yeah.
so long to try to wait out the ults.
yeah, and London does have some ultimates here, but I will say Winston ult here can be really good. It can disrupt their play so easily. And as you can tell, Smurf already jumps out to get that map control right away. Like doesn't even like sit there and wait. Just drops the bubble for his teammates and goes out there aggressively.
Yep.
Now Choi's kind of on his own for a bit here, but I think they were just trying to control that side of the map and make sure they had that. And now you can see Shock already making a play there. London actually chooses to get off the point here. London's playing for the retake rather than the win there. Or the point that is, sorry. Huge play. Able to get the there you go.
Grab Dragon.
Yep. Wonderful
Massive.
play, and that leaves it down to one fight here. And they do Blase is gonna have Echo ultimate, but I would not doubt if we see
the good thing for
like I don't even know where we would go here. Probably try to get Winston as fast as possible.
Or Zarya, maybe?
His pulse bombs has been so good.
Honestly, I don't think Echo Ult's enough out of their side, though. They needed something with this bomb, because Violet's got beat coming up, too, and Kelly's just beated.
Yeah, true.
Here we go. Spitfire getting
I'm not sure they go here.
to their intended location. Twilight gets
Oh, wow, but Twilight goes down immediately.
Are they going to be able to trade it? Oh, unfortunately. Oh.
I think he goes over the edge otherwise, but that pulse bomb is
The
away.
lamp comes out
Away
early,
from
though.
Valley Field to be
That
gone,
means
and then he'll
Glister can go
find
hard looking for a
Sparky
pulse
gets
bomb if he needs to.
absolutely there by Smurf.
Pulse theorist, the
This is-
bongo.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
wrong
mean,
with
he
that.
decides to go with that. Yeah, because there was no play happening there. That's okay to do. Guaranteeing the bongo dies there reduces the damage. It gives them an easier chance to win this because they already are in a weird spot fight-wise here where they've lost a few.
But it's not enough to keep Glister at
So-
bay. He's still pushing him. Smurf is back in the fight.
Smurf's supposed to have his
Just-
ultimate though, so this should be a really good play by Smurf. And there you go.
And they just, yep. Wait, did London just...
I actually don't think they did.
Yeah, it's not it.
Well, I thought they had someone on the side.
I mean, I'm laughing really hard. That was funny.
I don't know. I think that might have been a
Man,
C9.
if
Maybe.
you,
Call me crazy,
kill on the
but it might have
boss,
been.
at the start of that fight, like,
Okay.
Imagine the fight goes on for a very long time.
That was
But
good.
that game was it was night and day different. Even though like it was a little bit like sloppy and just kind of grinded out. That was not even close.
No, they definitely played
realistically.
a lot better there. And that's what they needed. And into the next map, they need to keep that confidence going into it. It's going to be a payload map, so I wouldn't doubt it if we see... I don't know what payload map they're playing, but I wouldn't... Unless it's... I think it's that one map.
With him on different roles even more.
Yep, we know
What map?
Violet can do it all, and so
I'll be back
far
one
it's-
second.
Oh, it's that.
Okay.
Oh, it's that one map they're playing.
Main support roles.
Yes.
Stick around,
Okay.
everybody.
I'll be back
There's
one
more
second to
left
get
in this series, and now
time to
signs of life
entertain
from the shot.
for a minute.
Main
I'll be back.
warriors.
Okay.
Spitfire
All right.
finish.
Chat, I hope you all are having lovely days today. To be honest, that game was way different than the first round. The first round was very close, and Shock's been kind of struggling a little bit with control. You know, real talk. We've all seen the meme at this point, so it's not that big of a surprise. But that round was very, very different. By the way, chat, did you guys end up doing it? You did. You know what? You know why that was such a different round? I said you guys got to get to 300 likes on the video. It's at 440. Chat, get it to 600 before the next round starts. Give them the power for the next round. It's Route 66. Okay, so Route 66. See, Emongg doesn't think so, but I think we're gonna see Ons. I think Ons is coming back. Route 66. I think Route 66 is one of those maps that we see Ons. I think the Ash is really good there. Ash Tracer. Probably not, maybe not McCree, but like I could definitely see some Ash play coming out here, and maybe maybe Glister will stay in as well. But if they have Glister play the Tracer and they play the Ash as well, maybe we see some Ons. Chat, if you want to see some Ons today, give me a smile. If you want to see Ons today, give me a smile.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. All right, what map?
You know, Route 66.
Ooh, okay. Is that a close hold rush comp map? I think?
Other than first point, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Other than first point.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Would you? I wouldn't. I don't think you play rush on the next parts.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
That's a lot of people wanting to see Ons.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of smiles. Holy crap!
Yeah, I asked chat if they want to see Ons in this next map. Give me a smile.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of smile.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of them.
Checking one thing. Be good to go. All right, so for a dominant map here. That would be nice. That's what Shock needs right now, is a dominant map.
Yep.
That's what we're hoping for.
I'm not a big Route 66 fan though. I know you. Do you like that map?
I'm not the best at it. Getting better. It's just I once again I just understand about taking map
You say
control.
getting better though.
Yes, I mean I'm getting better at a lot of maps. It's just all about map control.
Didn't you tell me you were getting better at ball?
I am, and my ball isn't that bad, except when I fall off the map.
What about today?
I don't think I play ball that bad. I think that was unlucky.
So rolling off the map was unlucky?
It was very unlucky. That was more about map awareness. I thought I was a little bit closer, and I was not closer.
Closer to what? The
Or
hole?
like the the spot is right there. I I thought I was a little bit further towards where the cart was, and instead I was on the edge, and I just that was not ideal. Okay.
Okay. You know what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It happens.
It happened.
It happens. You know.
My ball is getting better.
Right.
Yep.
And you fell off again when you came back.
Listen, I was popping. Okay.
There was 2 times, I think, that I saw.
All right, here we go. All right, we need to see Shock dominate this map. We want to see the quickest Route 66 we've ever seen.
True. Honestly, just full hold first. Rush comp.
Well, it depends who attacks first.
Huh?
Depends who attacks first.
Oh, that's true.
So.
I would just, well, I don't know. I think Shock would. I mean, do they get to pick whether they want to go attack or defense?
I don't know how it works. Honestly. Is this 2CP or is it payload?
It's Route 66.
Oh, I just didn't know if they went versus 6. Like, I don't know how it works. It used to be like 2CP would be the third map, but that was a long time ago.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible it's not Route 66, but I saw it was Route 66.
Oh,
in chat.
All right, I'm ready then. I'm ready. Here we go. Next map.
That's right. Summer is well and truly upon us. Until that,
I'm ready.
Was I bamboozled? Is it actually Route 66?
Is it Route 66?
Already, yeah, that's
oh yeah. We've loved though getting to see some of your awesome artistic creations this season on the Fan Art Gallery by Coca-Cola. For the Summer Showdown, submit your summer-themed art celebrating Overwatch League in Coca-Cola for a chance to be featured. Submit your art at overwatchleague.com/art-gallery.
You can do it.
That actually has a URL on it.
What are we doing?
Head over there. We've already seen.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for it to go to the next slide.
I know. What map is it?
I know. As I'm waiting on it, I want to see.
Carl, Matt still seems to be making an appearance. I reckon he's got the most appearances out of.
Okay.
I mean, he's just popping up.
I'm just waiting to see what map it is.
That's what I want to see too.
Goes absolutely mad. Winston Power Rankings here, presented by IBM.
What map is it?
Smurfs, number 3.
I think it's Route 66, and then Anubis is 4th.
They Shock a map win. They win the map. I'm not exactly like overly impressed with how they played, though. I don't know.
There was some odd decision.
No ons.
Yeah.
No,
like,
but they are playing. They are going to play a rush comp.
I didn't really feel like London.
Yep, Super Beacon.
Oh, feels bad.
It could be an Orisa comp. It could be.
Could be.
Next map though, we have Shax coming in here for Blase.
No, they're going to play aggressive.
Adjustments for the Shock, so they go back to the lineup.
Agreed.
In my, most of the time, if they're committing to like running like a bunker comp, a lot of the time we'll see. I think we've seen a lot of Twilight come in on the and Violet to the Enabrin comp together. So it's pretty telling what they're gonna play here. Ooh, and we have Temple of Anubis today too.
No, I know you're a big fan of Temple of Anubis.
Temple, yeah.
Temple of Anubis, yeah.
Yep. Exactly what we have. I think
amazing.
You were kind of looking at the
yeah, it's good.
With London bringing in Shax, I don't think you're gonna play the May again. I think you're looking to play something a bit.
It's amazing.
Absolutely, been a little while since we've seen
amazing Anubis.
So,
yep.
You know, we've already been given a bit
ready.
of an inkling of what to expect from these teams' compositions coming into a map like this one. And again, like,
so yeah, if they run the rush, they're 100% gonna hold close. I would assume London's gonna play rush too. It looks like London very heavily favors rush. They didn't play rush there. They played the like Orisa comp.
Yeah.
Oh, quality just
Yeah, it just does
disappeared.
that randomly.
And they definitely looked much weaker on the poke comp, so I'm assuming London's gonna want to play rush as well.
Yep. Rush first rush.
Yep.
And this is not
this map can set the tone. If Shock can just hold this aggressively and just dominate and full hold first point, next thing we know we'll be on Temple of Anubis and Shock is going to be playing with that energy.
Yesterday, where they ran Tracer McCree.
Wait a minute, they're all going on the left. Oh, but
they're trying
sneaky.
They're trying to show that they're doing it. I mean, they're gonna know they're doing it though. Like,
yeah.
They're gonna try and hold close.
It's
I like Choi trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
Jumping.
Yeah.
Towards the car.
They know they're holding close. Like.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like, I just think it's funny.
I think you make more noise jumping there.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I was kind of what I was thinking.
Well, London are expecting a close.
Wow.
They deal with it pretty comfortably. Yep. Sonic Arrow.
Shock's gonna stay there though. They're not gonna back away.
Yep.
There's no reason to.
So you'll have Shax actually play the Echo here. So Hanzo Echo with an Orisa in the mix. So,
But Violet is really far
lots of
back.
damage coming down from the Hanzo.
If they have some good DM here, they won't be able to heal that.
And finish players off with the focusing beam.
Whoa, that disengaged though. They just bought like 20 seconds and then just left.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what they were trying to do. That's why they were having Violet play so far back. And the second super got low, he's like, all right, gone.
I'm ready to see
We're up
though.
now.
Now they're still playing close. So this is like the rank strat right here, where you play this close.
Look at this Violet already has air matrix. That's how much healing he's had to do.
Here we go.
Poke damage supplied by the Spitfire.
You gotta be careful. This Echo is
Ooh, but a huge pick.
is building a lot of ults here.
He finds Shax's head. It's an attempt at res here from Kellex, and it works.
Honestly, good kills from Glister.
Insanely good kills.
You get the res, but at what cost? Morphing.
Oh, don't get the D-Max. Morphing was just literally 1 HP.
Like,
wow,
that was
actually 1
insanely-
HP.
Insanely good picks by Glister there, though. Holy crap.
Oh no! Nothing scarier than seeing an Echo Diva right now. But the flash and fan, dude, that was huge by Glister right there.
Wow. I think they might be able to hold
Glister
this.
denying that Diva Echo, that just honestly probably just saved him from holding this point. Oh, okay.
Oh, but wait. Wait. But if they disengage this, they can retake. That's already 2 minutes off the clock. That is literally 2 minutes
Yeah,
off
that's
the clock
actually
already.
huge. And it's only at the corner too. They'll have plenty of time for another retake.
That was really good.
Yeah, they have plenty of time.
Holy crap.
Oh, Wolf's looking for the crush though. Oh boy.
Always play for the remet kill.
Oh no!
That wasn't like...
It gets the immortality field
bad.
though.
I mean, but 2 minutes off the clock though? That wasn't bad at all.
No, 2 minutes off the clock. Well, I mean more than 2. It's 2.5.
Bad at all.
2.5 is pretty good.
I mean, Sparker just dominating at the beginning of these fights.
That wasn't bad at all.
Being able to get
All right, we're gonna go on to the second point here. We're gonna see what they can do with their. I'll say we have FD God with beat. They have Diva Bomb and they have Shatter, which isn't gonna be too bad. But I'm definitely curious to see how they retake this, because it's gonna be a really tough retake, like a really tough retake.
Well, I think they're just gonna try to hold him right at this door.
Yep.
They popped the bongo, but I think Super's got the call to go through, so everybody's just gonna rush the Orisa now, which is huge.
And actually,
that's
they
a big
actually
slam.
flipped the point on them. That's a huge shatter, big slam. And I think they're gonna be able to, at the very worst, just stop the cards from moving for a while. And that's what you like to see in these rush comps. Is
it's exactly what you want to see.
It's not about winning every team fight, right?
And now it's going to be
it's more about
then,
like
and Choi gets the crush back and almost kills the Echo Rhine.
And actually, I wonder if Shock's happy with them mirroring. Oh, actually not mirroring, but like Shock's gonna be happy with being able to hold right here. Like, because this is where you want it. Like, when you play Rush, this is the spot you want to be at. This is like, if you're gonna hold second, this is where you hold second.
Oh, 100%. Because the best part is like, if they run a poke, which London is, London can either go top right and go out on the garage and the gas station area, but then they can just fall back underneath here, and they don't even have to peek them anymore. They can just wait. Or London has to engage them. So you see London's going to go over that way to try to poke them out, and then Shock can just fall back into this little corridor area and just wait it out.
Yep. And we see Nero
and
taking
even if
a
they
1v1.
lose it, they'll kill him in it.
Exactly.
He must be absolutely ropeable.
Holy crap.
The window comes out, that makes so London can't play really aggressive here for a second. Even though London's got a window up, it doesn't.
They're gonna ult.
They can't push him though.
Here's the Hanzo ult though.
This dragon is going to be a problem.
Should be plenty. It should be fine though. Super's got plenty of shield to just sit there and wait. Look, they can actually just sit there and just AFK for a little bit. It'll be fine. Let Nero do his thing on the Tracer. Glister keeps the Tracer on London's side from going crazy in the back line. And they just wait. This is just wait.
This is great. I mean, they don't have to do anything. That's why they're just standing there. They don't have to do anything right now. Like, they're gonna use ults. Like, London's gonna have to play aggressive here, but Nero's had a really good job of staying alive. It might even get a good pulse bomb here.
Ooh, we got the lamp.
They
That's
get
big.
the lamp. That is big. Glister does go down though, and now they're gonna have to play a little bit aggressive on the card again. But this has been really good with the timing.
I think this is where Shock's probably gonna lose this fight. Is right here.
Yep.
They do pop they really want to win this. They pop beat. Violet is getting some frags as well.
And Shax has to use a pulse bomb in order
Wow.
to get rid of Super, but Violet
Wow. Honestly, I think that was a lost fight for Shock pretty early, but they used a lot of ults for that.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, I mean, I might be wrong on the timings here, but I'm pretty sure Shock just sat there
You have lost the fight, right?
for,
You cannot consistently like double down.
I would say, 2 minutes and did nothing. They didn't have to do anything and held the point there.
In a
100%.
4v6.
That was crazy.
You have to just come back and fight another day. Ripple have an amp matrix here for London, which could be massive. You have Spark.
And actually, are they gonna try to get underneath? Okay, so I think the cart got a little bit further than what they wanted, but like that's okay.
Yep.
It's still in a decent spot to hold underneath. And okay, so they realized it was a little bit too far and decided to back up and hold it back here.
Yeah, now they just hide again. They can wait out this window and they
window.
retake last second here on the fight.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
There's that. Shock's getting really good time management right
Exactly.
now. Just realizing, hey, like we don't have to push him right now. We can wait.
Here they come.
Behind him comes up from Glister.
They survived that ultimate. Now it's just going to come down to this Diva ult and then into the Pulse Bomb.
Yep.
A really well-placed Diva ult is able to not only make them have to use their Arista Shield again and pressure off. Look where the Arista Shield at. It's in a really bad spot. This should give them an opportunity to win the fight.
We actually got huge kills too.
Yep.
Glister and Troy.
Exactly.
Super's honestly, you know, I've noticed so far in this Rhine meta, Super's much more relegated to just playing slow and just not dying ever.
Exactly
like,
what it is.
It's not playing aggressive. It's not going for swings. It's not going for the big flashy plays. It's just playing smart Overwatch. That's just really where it is right now. I mean, even right there, like all the pathing was great. Just didn't die. Made sure that every time it got low, just had enough shield to get himself out, or to rotate to a position where it took a little bit less damage. Just, and that's really just what it's all about right now.
That was just insanely good play. Now, I would say that was a pretty dominant hold. What Shock needs now is just one of those dominant attacks where they just completely roll through them and go right into the Temple of Anubis with that same confidence. That was a good defense. And they didn't have to do much. I mean, honestly, I wanted to... There could have been an opportunity. I don't know if they would do that, but there could have been an opportunity for London to mirror that comp. And go the rush first rush. I think there might have been an opportunity there. Because the comp they were running, they're just not able to play aggressive into them, so they just waited and waited and waited, and they played super smart.
Yep.
Super's been playing very well. I want to point that out. Against Gladiators yesterday, Super played extremely well, and today Super once again has been playing very, very well.
Yep.
And like I said, it's almost like you were saying, like the play style's changed a little bit. So when
it's very much changed.
But the thing is like that's really cool to see, because not only have we seen Super play that like really aggressive Reinhardt, we now see Super playing that like more kind of take your time, shield manage, play slower, and then pop off when you need to Reinhardt, which is really cool to see, like being able to do that.
Not many people can do that.
Yep.
Not many people can do that.
Exactly.
And, like when Fisher used to be in the league, I remember a lot of people said that when there was a meta before Goats, that it was there was too many resources going into him for a main tank, and just couldn't do it. Could not swap to a less hard carry quote unquote style and taking so much damage and trying to do everything at once. And that's why it's so impressive to even have this type of a style like that's so polar opposite.
Exactly.
In your kit.
Super has been popping off.
Yeah, I mean, even right now, like going up top, just being a little bit of like a nuisance, and then just dropping right back down.
He's at half of his ult.
Oh, so much card progress here.
And even before, like not the last tournament, but the tournament before, probably would have tried to stay up top and just keep being pressuring. But it's like, you know what? There's so much damage coming out right now that it's just not how you play it right now.
Extremely good play right here.
Super has almost built a shadow though. There's 2 shields to
Like, ooh, they do lose Super, but the card's in a spot where it's just going to take one team fight to be able to win that fight. And they did use window there. So if they can disengage this properly, well, FD God does go down. There's really nothing you can do about that.
I think that's how they caught him, Supers with the window, because just the amount of damage that just comes through it is ridiculous. The 2 times multiplier.
But they do have what? They have window coming up here. They have Shatter. They have High Noon. They do give up the Hanzo ultimate, which is fine. So not too bad. Not too bad.
It's just gonna get blown up, as it looks like they're actually gonna take the high tunnel.
Not too bad.
I wonder if they're gonna rotate all the way around.
Sonic arrow here spotted.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Yeah, at least
wow.
Kill. Shax's finding Violet there. Violet was not
Gotta back out and wait now.
Yep. Can't do much about that one.
Not sure what happened there.
Yep.
Just go again.
He keeps his team safe, but not himself.
That's a good stick, though.
It was a good stick.
I wonder if that changes their approach though here, because now if they were going to wrap all the way around, the carts move too far forward or too far back at this point.
I think they want to get
really
Sigma Ultimate at this point. They know they have Sigma Ultimate.
It's the dragon that goes straight through. That's immortality.
They must know they have Sigma Ult here.
You don't have to hear though for this flux.
Yes, they have to.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Anyway, even if he had the ability. Glista, I mean, Nerves of Steel.
Okay, good news is, though, they pushed the cart. That is the good news.
Yeah, I think that's what they wanted. I think they wanted to get this back to this spot.
Yep.
Because this next fight, they can go around the right side and just rush cart.
Yep.
And play behind the sign, which is way safer than trying to play main here. Because playing main against double shield with their rush comp is not going to happen.
Touching the cart was really good, though. But they're coming down to, like, this is crazy. Like, it's coming down to, like, one team fight here, maybe two. I think they might aggress with Beat here, but they're going to have a really good ultimate.
Actually, they swapped to a sim.
They're actually going to aggress into the double shield.
All right, there it is. Sound barrier is there. Rally and play for
this is an insane
This is
fight.
a complete change in playstyle.
Yep.
Like, right off on the fly, going for the just send super into the team.
They might have to just reset again.
Yeah, might have to, honestly.
And the shock. I mean, I'll put it straight.
Did Shock use anything? I don't think they did. What did they beat? They might have beated.
I mean, I don't think they've built any ultimates. They used Beat, and they used Window the fight before.
Well, I think they got a good amount of May charge on that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
London with an Ant Matrix here. They're going to have a gravitic flux.
I think the plan there was to try to get some ults out and use the sim TP to just send super into the team.
I'm a little bit of.
But now it's the same thing, but a little bit more defensive.
Okay, and there's the pick. And Nero's gonna have ult soon too. I don't know if there's. I mean, I like the shatter there. I think going for that.
How did the Brig not get slammed?
I have no idea. I feel like the Brig should have been shattered there. And Shock does manage to win this fight.
Yeah.
Wow.
To be honest with you, this is just they was really just confident being slow.
Wow. That was crazy.
It's the kill on Tahati. When you lose the
I didn't expect that, but let's look at the comp they have now. They have Simwall already, and the cart is going to push past this choke, and London has to make a couple of hero swaps at the end here. I mean, there's an opportunity for them to win off of this team fight alone. If Violet uses that window correctly here, I think they get a pick or two, and then at that point, it's just going to be them trying to stop the cart.
And they have windowed, I mean, wall too.
Yep.
And they stayed on it for a very long time.
Troy back in the mech there.
Oh, Violet needs help.
Violet does need help. Troy does a really good job of going out there and helping.
Yep.
Safer positioning for
Violet really wants to get some damage to this window up top.
But I mean, the window did exactly what he wanted to do. It was in a good spot. They had to disengage, and look at this. It's down to literally this
Here it is. It's in that line fight.
But another pulse bomb by Shax.
No immortality field available.
They're just gonna reset.
I think they're gonna realize that they just gotta get out now.
Yep.
They just gotta get out and go again.
They didn't use sim wall there either, which is really good.
They didn't sim wall. And the best part of not using sim wall is if they decide they have TP with the sim wall, so like that'll cover them really well.
Exactly.
Depending on where Spitfire decides to set up, they can chase them anywhere.
Yep.
You can have Nero switch to it, but like we mentioned,
wow. This is a big play here.
Yep. They're probably gonna loop all the way left too to make them. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna loop all the way left, or even go under and then sneak up on them. Oh man.
But this Hanzo ult is gonna be big if they get a good pull with that. Really good beat by FT God right there. Like a huge beat.
Oh, and then the bomb. That's the finisher right there. That's huge. Oh yeah, you can get the BAP in the back maybe?
Big slam. Big slam. They might be able to get the kill on BAP. That's huge.
Yep. Good follow-up from Choi. God, Brig just never dies.
Brig is very low. I don't know who's going to win this. I actually don't know who's going to win.
Oh, they're getting some kills. Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
What a hold.
But there's still an opportunity for them to touch here.
They never dealt with the Tracer. He lived for so long. As Choi's behind, they know he's there. Sparker's
man, they got Choi late.
Oh no.
This could be a huge hole.
Super gonna get the touch? You got the touch.
Super does get the touch.
Very low though.
Oh no. And Violet doesn't even get the window off.
God.
Oh no.
Falls to a similar fate.
Wow.
San Francisco shot
Oh
looked
no.
okay, but as the London Spitfire back on the respawn from the high ground, they take control and they take Route
don't even know
66.
how they got
The Shark
the Sharks and
I mean, this is
just fragged. They just fragged, honestly.
Crap. I'll be back again one more second, okay?
They are able to
Okay.
anything really Eichenwald. They
Well,
were
ow.
able to pivot off
I don't know how, but it looks like Shax and Spark are just clutched up and got a couple kills and midway through that fight, and
questions, you know, whether the Shark come back and win this series or not. There's gonna
that
be
was
a ton of
crazy.
questions about San Francisco. London has played phenomenal today. So, you know, we talked about it.
I mean, if anybody saw London play yesterday, they looked a lot better against Paris than they had been recently. Really, like they gave Paris a good run for their money, but man, those kills from Spark and Shax, Sparker and Shax, those were insane.
Match point secured. Stick around, everybody. This one could end with a
Wow. I'd really want to see that last fight there. I'd love to see again just the kills that Sparker and Shax made able to secure there, because I think they were the key factors in clutching that fight by far.
Coca-Cola,
But
the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Temple of Anubis is very much a rush map still. I mean, the double shield is playable, but I think if there's a map, a 2CP map that Shock probably would want, it's probably gonna be Temple of Anubis. Temple of Anubis, I think, is what it would be the map that they would have wanted. So I think Temple of Anubis is a good safe bet to tie the series back up 2-2 and then send it back into control again.
All right,
But
we're
those are
back.
some big picks. Welcome back.
We are back.
I'd love to see that last fight again. Those picks, you know, the Hanzo Tracer picks. I don't know how they got them, but
Oh, I don't either.
in that mid fight,
That was crazy.
that's turning that whole fight around.
I can't believe it's 2-1 right now.
Yeah,
But on a 2CP, Temple of Anubis.
Temple of Anubis is probably the best map though
Yep.
that they could have asked for.
100%.
Like, Temple of Anubis rush works pretty well on.
Yeah.
And if they do decide to run a double shield comp, the distance isn't that large on it, so you know, if you had to ask for what is probably the best one,
Yeah.
for 2CP, that's probably the best shot.
100%.
So I would expect this to become a 2-2. Then the real question would become,
On to Koth.
how's the last Koth gonna go?
Yep. So they can do this.
Oh, this map, this is definitely the best.
Yep.
You know, we saw yesterday they struggled a little bit on even on Volskaya, but on just 2CP period.
Yeah.
I mean, on control points, sorry, just period. But this is probably the best one that could have been asked for.
I can't disagree with that. Definitely been.
What's
up?
Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say Route 66 though. Route 66 is, in my opinion, is one of the toughest rush maps. That's an escort map. Like, I mean, you know, I do not like Route 66, and that's one of the reasons for it is,
Yeah.
you know, like as a tank player, and you know, you can do everything you can with pathing and whatnot, but sometimes their DPS just sit high ground and get a pick or two. Like, that's tough to deal with. That's really tough to deal with. And I think that was a classic case of it right there. Is even though they ended up getting Shock got 2-3 picks, you know, the DPS on high ground and Shack's going on the Tracer was just tough to deal with.
It's just one of those. It just seemed like everything. Like it seemed like they were playing it correctly. They just like. I mean, honestly, Shax just hit those good pulse bombs. Like every single time, Shax was getting a pulse bomb off. It was just really, really good.
Yep.
So.
Similar to what Kevster was doing yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Kevster on Tracer yesterday was popping off. Just constantly getting like 2 to 3 Ks, like every time. So.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah. All right, on to Temple of Anubis.
Do you think we'll see London run the Orisa comp here on Temple, or do you think they're going to go back to Rush?
They might. I think they'll play Rush.
I agree.
We'll see.
I agree. I think the Rush is London. I mean, London looked good there on their poke comp.
Yes.
For the double shield and the ball comp, which was honestly interesting. You saw they ran the ball Orisa. Do you think? You know, like at first it was like, oh, did they come back just to be back fast? But they had plenty of time for the recontest. So
yeah,
I wonder what they saw that was like, hey, let's pick ball here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm worth to see though. We're about to see.
Yup. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more Tracer, though. I feel like the Tracers have been getting a lot of value recently. Just period, in general.
Tracer has been.
Tracer's just strong.
Yeah, I mean, Tracer's always been strong. It's just there was hero bans.
Yep.
So we didn't get to see much Tracer being played. Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
I'm surprised we don't see as much Echo.
Yeah.
Quite the turnaround today, and it's been said by yourself.
I mean, I know you think Echo's just strong.
Oh, Echo's very strong. Maybe because of that.
These are the matches that you absolutely need to win for the Shock, considering how strong the rest of the league is. Like, no disrespect to London, but like you expect teams like the Outlaws and the Gladiators to be able to beat them, and you know the Dallas Fuel teams at the top. You know, to keep pace with the rest of the
yeah, Shock needs to step it up here.
And
yep.
The Shock today do not look
definitely
a game in the way it is. Some really questionable plays. I think they probably right now, you know, obviously just kind of using this mini halftime to just, you know, collectively take a breath. You know, a tough loss yesterday. The Gladiators.
Oh, I didn't know they would. That explains the mini halftimes again.
Yeah.
No, we've seen some odd things across the entire.
Oh, this is a halftime.
Series, right?
It's a mini halftime.
Oh, how long do they have?
San Francisco, right?
Oh, they're all there.
Probably till right now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. They're running
lineup,
the
though.
They're running the dive comp.
Only the one checkpoint. Route 66 though, completely different story. London, I mean, they make a lot.
Wolves just played really well, honestly, on the Diva.
I think plays with a Sigma earlier on here, but his Diva has been incredible, right? We talked up a lot of those self-destruct kills, but again, really he's been in the thick of things to a great degree. And this is what you expect. This guy's really been putting in the reps.
Did he just say in the thick of things?
Getting the show up against, you know, arguably one of the best. I mean, arguably one of the best.
I see what he's going for.
So,
right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, absolutely. Blase in for Shax. Shax came in, played a very strong Tracer there.
Oh, they swap back in Blase. They're probably going with the Maycom, the Rush.
Involved. So, Super Out Smurf in Twilight in here for FD God. The map is Temple of Anubis coming.
All right, well, here we go.
You can definitely play the Winston, you know, on compositions on Temple of Anubis. Maybe we
Temple of Anubis time.
This is the best map they could have probably gotten. To be honest, this is probably the best Rush map. And Nepal,
but they're not
Nepal is probably,
huh?
They're not playing Rush.
On Doom, you can play him.
You don't think
the Tracer, the Hanzo, other different
Smurf is in.
Oh, I actually missed that.
Yeah, Smurf is in. They're not going to be playing Rush, I don't think.
Number one, but.
Man, I think they're going to be playing dive, or they might go into like a rush dive. But
London Spitfire getting their first win of the season.
All right, well, let's see what they got.
The shock would be massive, man. It also unfortunately ruins the built-up storyline of Titans.
Here we go.
London end of the season, but I think London would be happy going into that one with some wins under their belt, especially against teams the caliber of San Francisco.
I mean, for San Francisco, let's look at the other side of the coin, if you would. They would be starting their Summer Showdown campaign at 0-2.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Okay, yeah. So they're back on their
like a lot of teams, it's clear.
Their dive Echo comp.
Yep, and then going against
I think that's smart though to put Nero back on Echo. Nero's Echo is we saw in the tournament is exceptional.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of
I do not disagree with that
during the June joust on the Echo. Great look for him, winning a lot of the sort of Echo versus Echo scenarios that tend to.
All right, here we go.
Of the fights that featured in the Lucio.
Let's see what happens.
Meta. So that looks good for him. We haven't seen him on the Echo at all this series.
Very surprising result right now.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, we saw, if anybody had watched yesterday's match with London looks like they've definitely leveled up a little with the changes and having Sparker come on. They definitely look better, but I don't think anyone expected this today so far.
Yeah, I agree. Yesterday and then obviously in the match here today. They want to play the Reinhardt.
All right, here we go. So
they're going back on their Arista comp.
Yep, 100%. They seem comfortable with the Arista Diva comp. They're actually able to get a pull right away onto Smurf there. So I don't. I think they go for left side control here. They do go left side. They're able to get there. They actually almost Smurf off there. If Choi wasn't there, that was going to be. Yep.
Done that before.
Yep, 100%.
Remember, this is an Ana.
And they take away the map control already?
So the old cycling between Nano and Primal
Yep. I mean, they had to use a lot of abilities to keep Smurf alive there.
Yep.
Poke damage is
100%.
London Spitfire. Look at them slowly approaching. They take this high ground position, man.
They're able to get the dive here.
And eventually there has to be a
Glister gets forced out as well.
Yeah. There's a timing they have here where they can be a little bit aggressive.
Very low. Now
Yep.
you gotta get Glister all healed.
Oh,
Choi gets
DMAxed.
DMAxed.
And they have High Noon already to go with this too.
Awful. The Shock just don't have a chance to really recover from all the front-loaded damage that this
Wow.
brought to this fight.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
They're getting rolled.
Yeah, this is bad.
The amount of damage is coming out from Shock. I mean, sorry, from London is. I feel it. Like I've felt this pain recently.
I will say that second point's a little bit easier to hold though with their comp. Dive comp on first can be tough, so holding second here can be, you know, pretty easy. Not pretty easy, but I mean, there's 5.5 minutes obviously.
Yep.
This is actually in a pretty good spot right now too.
Stuck in a very tough spot. You know, if
Spark is looking for him too.
Right, and
Yeah, they're trying to keep an eye on him right now.
Yep.
Fast defense spawns. I think you're going to be outside of the window.
This is just gonna chill for a bit. They're gonna go for map control here, but I don't know if Shock is gonna give them this map control. I wouldn't doubt it if they're aggressive on the dive, and it looks like they know that.
I think that they're trying to bait somebody. They want to bait somebody first.
Yeah. That's why your wrist is going first.
He can still be a threat. He can still harry the Spitfire. They're trying to approach. So there's an air matrix.
I think that's what a lot of this has come down to is London's trying to bait like a first engage in a spot they want to take the fight in,
And they did.
and Shock's trying to not let them take the space. So like they're faking going like 3 or 4 times, 5 times, 6 times.
Yep.
And then they send it, you know, and then they take the space and they can't take it back.
And I think Shock actually will win that fight easily, but London purposely didn't use much there. They only use window, and they have pretty much every ult they want. They literally have 5 ults, and it's probably gonna be pretty easy to build windows. So, yeah.
I mean, let's watch where London goes again. So the first time London went left, and they faked it twice. They started going, and they backed out. Then they started going again, and they backed out. Then they realized that nobody was engaging. Then they went main, backed out, went main, backed out, then went main, popped window, and then backed out again. And it's like they're very clearly looking for a certain type of play here.
Fancies the matchup.
Wow.
I love that though.
They definitely have a strategy they want here.
Yep.
He makes his debut yesterday.
They're just gonna wait it out. They're gonna wait Valk out here.
Comes in today against,
The thing is though, is that Shock will be aggressive off that play. Like, I think they will aggress, and I think Glister's just gonna go for the pulse bomb here, but a huge eat.
He knew it too. He knew the supercharger.
He knew it was coming. He did
First might go down
the
here.
last map.
No, they might actually be able to kill Violet. But no, if you look, they actually take. Shock actually gets 2 there.
That's
big, actually. You know, that was crazy smart. He knew that last fight, or last map, he went for the pulse bomb on the bongo, so he knew it was going to be trying to pulse bomb the bongo again.
This is crazy.
Upping the tempo to a point where, you know, London, their composition can't respond. London didn't really make an adjustment on Eichenwald. We'll see if they decide to here, and you know you don't expect that adjustment for them to come out and play. You know, Winston.
Oh, now we just wait.
Shock just keep playing aggressive here and just don't let them take that opportunity they're looking for.
Yep.
They're in for a good. They're in for a good time.
It's
right
exactly
here,
what's happened. Is their comp is really hard to get through the choke there. Like, extremely hard to get to the choke. So we're seeing a lot of what happened right now is it's just.
Oh, they're sending it. They're just going for it.
The play. They finally realized that they're going to probably lose spice if they keep doing that. This could be a huge pick. This could be a huge pick. But Violet is in the back there to help. This is the pulse bomb, so I think Shock might actually have the opportunity to just hold this right here too. Has no cooldowns left. They're already peeling. And yeah, really, really good play by Glister.
Yep.
Really, really good play.
Heads up play by Violet too, realizing to turn around to help out Twilight.
Yep.
Yes. I don't know where it's from. Because I believe, honestly...
And they just need to, like you said, just play aggressive. Don't let them, like, you know, they started to walk in there, but then they realized, like, wait, we can't go all the way in, but they also don't want to be sitting there poking, you know?
And Shock's starting to do that thing that can happen on 2CP. They're stacking up ultimates now. Usually the first few fights, you know, you have to use your, early ults, but now they're stacking up ults.
Yep.
They're stacking up ults.
Especially that Echo ult.
Hit me in the head with the wooden spoon.
Yeah, the Echo ult's gonna be huge here. I wonder if he'll go Orisa. Orisa or Brig is my guess.
I would assume Brig.
Yeah, Orisa or Brig.
This has a pulse. Again, you know, Molt's looking for it.
Or Diva.
Like
I completely forgot about Diva in the
Or Diva too, yeah.
Huge stick.
That's massive. That's rally too.
Extremely good. And they got Echo Walt out already too? Oh, that's a really good timed ult.
Wait, how many? That's like 3 bombs.
I don't know what's going on.
4? Wait,
I think
how much?
Shock gets this.
There was a lot of bombs that went off.
Yep.
I don't think anybody died, but there was bombs.
Wait, I think Shock wins this? I think? A good res by Violet?
Yes.
Yes.
100% because of the respawns.
Now it's down to 1 team fight.
This will be another fight, though, that San Francisco wins. Since they
But look at the ultimates on Shock's side. I mean, they're happy with that. Obviously, London has a couple ultimates too. But they're going to be able to delay their Diva as long as possible. Yeah, I mean, this is coming out of the way.
That Bongo, though, that Bongo could be big, but Glister's almost got another pulse bomb.
Yep.
Glister gets another pulse bomb before that Bongo comes up. Well, I think we know where the pulse bomb's going.
Yep.
To keep running into this, I think we've proven enough over Ike and Bald, and then now that this is not going to work.
Dang.
And yet London had the same determination as someone walking.
I think London's going to try to look for their play one more time. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Wait, that was...
Was the shock, in fact,
that was a...
Wait, what a
you know
really
good bomb of Troy.
Really good DMAC, but I'm confused. Is London going to be able to take this?
San Francisco
or...
beating a quick retreat here.
I don't
even know.
Big
Great eat by Choi.
Holy.
What a play by Choi. I think... I can't really tell. Smurf does have his ultimate, and there's his pulse bomb here. This is going to be...
Yeah, Glister's got another pulse bomb. Glister's farming pulse bombs this game.
Yep.
Glister's looking really good, like especially even yesterday on the Tracer, you know? Capster looked amazing on the Tracer too, but I don't think Glister played Tracer all 4 or 5 maps.
100%. That was amazing play.
Like 2 different games.
I take over for one more second. I just have to go to the bathroom.
You were in a commercial between the first point and the second.
You're back.
Point.
You guys, I'll literally be back before the match.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
World that they even get checkpoint A.
Honestly, Glister just being a pain on the Tracer and just sitting behind him and building these pulse bombs, like, I wouldn't say it's quite on par as, you know, Capster was yesterday with 1 pulse bomb every fight, but it's close, like 75% by the next fight, you know, like by the time they decide to get aggressive and go for their set plays that they go for, he has the pulse bomb again. So he doesn't have the beginning of the fight, but he'll have it 10 seconds in, which is great. You know, I think I would like to see more Glister on the Tracer, because Glister's Tracer is definitely looking pretty impressive right about now.
They'll have a Mercy.
They're gonna have Nero play Hanzo.
And then instead of like a
okay, you know what? I actually like the Hanzo pick, because if they had a Widow or Ashe, which they're gonna have the Ashe, or any type of like long range hit scan to kind of poke them out, Hanzo, you know, being part of Nero's hero pool as opposed to Widow would be really good for spamming out the Orisa shield and looking to take the sniper duel.
Let's go. Good to go?
It is a good look for him.
Look at that. Just in time.
Wow, you made it.
Just in time. Here we go. All right. Shock hasn't been playing too well, but they can do it right here.
Yep.
They got this.
I like seeing... I think Glister on the Tracer is part of the key.
Yep.
Glister's looked fantastic on the Tracer.
No, he's been playing very well. I mean, it's come down to just like these slower team fights haven't been working that well, and that's the fights we're seeing Shock lose when it gets these really like kind of slow fights.
Yep.
And what we're seeing now is we're seeing, you know, Shock's going for really fast map control now with a double bubble. They want to take away that space, and right away Glister gets a huge pick. A huge pick.
Yep.
And that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to take away that space as fast as they can, because Shock plays better when they're an aggressive team.
He's going to go after Hardy here.
They play better, yeah.
Glister's harassing the Orisa as well, and so he can't really do much down there, and they have to divert resources. They're already getting pressure top right, so they have to divert resources from the pressuring of the top right over to the Orisa and gets isolated. That's all Glister right now, just isolating him over there.
Wow. Insanely good team play. It looks like Shock might be able to take this, but like London either way is doing a great job of just staying alive. And honestly, if Shock wins this fight right here, the ultimates that were just used by Spitfire actually might give Shock an easy second point. Honestly, they use so much.
Primal to secure this too.
Wow.
Wow, his primal mechanics are just so impressive, honestly.
It's so good. And honestly,
it's like art.
Wow.
You know he did not have a fun time. You know Ripper did not have a fun time with that.
That was crazy. And look at the outs. And look at London. They use almost everything.
They're just gonna play aggressive. They're gonna send.
Well, they know it too. They know they use most of their outs. If Choi gets a good grab here,
crazy turn of events here for the London Spitfire.
Glisser's doing such a good job now. Just keep him marking on the Orisa, and I think they figured it out. Enough with letting letting him do whatever he wants on the side. Like that's gotta end.
Ooh,
that's a big stick. That's
and
beautiful.
There you go.
I think that is their play. Is just sending Glisser in to just stop their Orisa from just existing, because there's nothing they can do about it. Their Orisa just sitting there and just building bongo every fight, just farming off the tanks. Like enough of that. Like just harass him a little.
The thing is there, and the major problem we're seeing is, like I said, Shock plays better when they're the aggressive team. It's okay to play defensive comp sometimes, but when they aggress and they play aggressive, they win more team fights. And a lot of what we're seeing in this match so far is they kind of play into the play style that London wants to play. And when you play the way that, like, when you play London and you're like, oh, they should get the win, like, London wants to play that playstyle. And if you play into that playstyle they want to play, they're going to feel comfortable. But when you play aggressive and you make those plays, they win. And that's what they win on. And we saw it even yesterday. When they play aggressive, they win more. When they play defensive and they let the teams rush them or make the play first, they lose more. And I think that's Overwatch in general. What a sleep, by the way.
That was a beautiful sleep.
On to the last map! Of course!
Chat, you know what? We need to be at 1,000 likes on the video before this next match starts. And I saw Nero get up. Now, he could have had to go to the bathroom. Or we could see some ons. Chat, give me a smile if you want to see some ons on this 2-2 last control point win.
I'm ready. I'm excited. We shall see. On to the last map. On to the last map.
And it's Nepal too. So Nepal, that's the thing is, do they decide to risk it and run the type of rush because Nepal Village is good for rush?
Yep.
Or do they decide to run some type of double hit scam because it's good on the other two?
I'm not sure. So wait, what map are we playing again?
Nepal.
Ooh, this is tough. I don't think we're gonna get any Widow. I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna make the. I think they're gonna go the rush comp.
You think they will?
Yeah.
But it's only good on Village, really. Right? The other two maps, that poke comp could really do some damage.
What's the other one? Sanctum? Is that the one that has the outside one?
If that's the one with the hole.
What's the other one?
The other one is the one with the statue.
We play so many games of ranked and we still don't know the names.
It's Village.
Yeah.
Village, Sanctum.
Yeah, and the map with the statue.
Yeah, the map with the elephant.
Yeah, I don't think it's called that. What's the map called?
The elephant map. That's it.
I have no idea.
Shrine. It's called Shrine.
Oh.
Shrine.
Yeah, you can run rush on that map.
Nah, I mean, I guess yeah. But that one's a 50-50. That one's not like rush is good there, you know?
Yeah.
I would argue Sanctum is better for rush now than Shrine.
I mean, dude, what do we? What? I mean, I don't even know what we know at this point because they played Rush on Junkertown.
That's a good point.
Honestly, they played Rush on Junkertown. I have never thought of Junkertown as a good Rush map. I mean, even when Rush was really good, but they played Rush on Junkertown and dominated.
Yep.
So we'll see. We're about to find out in 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yep. So
I think.
What do you think?
I think we're gonna see ons. I think they're gonna go double hit scan.
Okay.
And go for like a frag out comp.
I wouldn't doubt it if we see the lineup with like Super where they run the Rhine comp.
Yeah, agreed. I could see that happening.
Or they
I
run the
think-
comp
I
they
think-
just won with.
I think they gotta keep Glister on the Tracer. I think Glister not being on the Tracer is you know, just it's just not the play, because Glister's Tracer is looking phenomenal.
Yep. Well, we're about to find out in about 15 seconds. Well, they'll go to the casters first, then we'll see the rankings and then something else, and then we'll see.
You know, Coca-Cola,
Yeah. Who's playing?
IBM, power rankings,
Yeah.
back to casters.
Yep.
Some Cheez-Its, back to casters, and then we'll see it.
Wait, what? And then, of course, they go right to the rosters.
Okay.
All right, you know what?
Okay, I guess I was wrong. It was bathroom.
Yep.
So they are going to run the Rhine comp.
Yeah. Super's in. Super is in. FD God is back in. Glister and Nero on DPS. Violet and Choi. Here we go.
The shock now.
It's time.
Map 5 scenario.
We're ready.
And you have Super coming back in for Smurf.
We
and
are
then
ready.
God coming in for Twilight. The only subs we have here. Yeah, back to this. Probably as the next step is Nepal. Some points you would want to play.
I'm ready.
Like May McCree with a Ryan.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Blase was in last map. Yeah, okay, he was.
Which is oddly, in a way, like obviously if London wins here in the game 5.
All right, if there was ever a time to break this control streak. By the way, chat, you're 12 off of 1,000. You have like 15 seconds. 12 off of 1,000 likes on it. You don't have much time.
It's time. Here we go. Oh, here we go. On the last map. Can Shock take it? Second day in a row. Second day in a row, we are on a 5th map. Winner takes all.
This is the time to break this unlucky streak of control.
Yep.
It
is time.
They can play the stuff that they like to play.
Just like we were talking about on Temple of Anubis, chat.
Yep.
This is probably one of the better control maps that Shock could ask for.
Yep.
London play well. And
here we go. And it looks like we're gonna have rush versus rush.
Think a lot of the
yep.
It's time.
About these teams is going to be what dictates.
It's time.
Let's go.
Here on this final map.
We are ready.
San Francisco Shock, you kind of know
all right,
what you should expect.
Give us some smiles in the chat for this dub. That's what we
time.
need. We need some smiles. I'm ready.
It's time.
It's time.
Oasis map at the start of the series here.
Come on, I want to see him TP and then swap to the Tracer. Or stay with the Sim. I'm actually good with the Sim.
And it's
Here we
no
go.
different here as we head
It's
into
time.
Ryan, Matthew. This is it, map 5. And it's all or nothing for the Spitfire and the Shock.
So with this
He's actually getting good map control, and having the Sim turret set up is huge.
And once again, it's the same thing we always see. They go for the point first. They always want the point. They always want to make the other team have to take the point from them. That is how they do all their costs. They always set up that way. Unless it's a map where they don't like the actual initial spot.
The static objective though, things change.
And a really good wall coming out from London, but
Flashbang trying to go over the shield.
a really good lamp from Violet there to be able to keep them alive. And they're actually getting really close to their first window here. Super gets a pick on Devontae, but then they actually trade.
They trade main tanks, yeah.
I actually believe though that Shock might take
Shock's
this.
coming out of this one, so with the W, yeah. Because they got the freeze on the Diva too. Who actually, Nero's wall didn't look that good, but like it actually made multiplay extra aggressive. Because he thought that, you know, it was a bad wall, and he misread it and actually went in deep and got frozen for it.
Now let's talk about this before. Last time we saw Shock at the point, they didn't window first. London windowed first and took the point back. We need to see Shock use their window aggressively here before London uses theirs.
Yep.
That's what they need to do in most of these fights. They haven't been doing that. So here it comes. Here it comes. Window.
Extra charge, which he won't
Window?
say no to.
Window?
A wall on this point, pretty darn deadly. Bisecting the area. And then
Okay, so they don't window first, but
they get the good wall.
there was a really good May wall there.
Big slam.
And a big slam.
That's
So
a big
it worked
slam.
out. It worked out. Really good May
And
wall there.
super blocks the other one.
Yep.
That was nice.
Really, really good job there.
Really
good job there.
I think he's just hyping himself up there. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, London wanted to send some players up that main staircase. Because
You know what?
they
Deserved,
was
actually.
going to come down from the
Alright.
side, so they're trying to get around and help Hottie if he gets walled off. but that Amp Matrix from Violet just scares them
Here
off.
we go.
It's enough damage down and enough of a threat to deter them from taking up that staircase. And Hadi ends up using
honestly, I wouldn't be
the
surprised if they tried to play a little bit of passive here and then got really aggressive with wall once that. Oh.
Wow.
It actually gets eaten, so it doesn't even get the damage
And
onto
you can
it.
see Shock like, taking away that space, playing aggressive. The way Shock wants to play is aggressive, taking away the space. What a great
Super
job.
actually used almost no shield during that too,
Yep.
so
I wouldn't doubt if they
he doesn't
use
have to
Mail
charge.
really fast here, and then a Diva Bomb right after. Super is getting a little bit low, but they use window aggressively.
It's a big
And
window.
huge
There we
pick by
go.
Nero.
Yep.
Oh no.
Miro gets rid of the Lucio now. It's the 6v5.
I just gotta play,
Yep, they're
just
gonna
play
play
aggressive
aggressive.
on Hattie down.
Yep.
Nice. Now remove the Diva.
Yep.
Nice, beautiful. Honestly, well, that was a huge pick from Nero.
Great gameplay right there.
Freezes up super, but that's gonna be it.
Insanely good gameplay. And there you go.
That is a
Shock
shutout on this first round.
Taking the
of the ball.
first.
And in these types of
You know
bursts
what?
in a game 5 type of scenario like
First
this,
round.
you can't have those.
You love to see it because that wasn't even Village. Village is
Yep.
the pocket pick for Shock likely on this map.
That's brutal.
Oh, here it is. You know what? Let's see it closed out. This is the point for it.
Shock dominate
I'm
that
ready.
First point. Moving into our next point here on Nepal.
Okay.
This, Village even better,
Play
to be able
aggressive.
To use that Symmetra.
Yep.
Play
Now
aggressive,
even London brings
play
out
with that
Symmetra.
confidence, make the first plays, and you win this. Don't give
Yep.
London the opportunity to be to make the aggressive plays, because when London's doing that, they're playing with that confidence and they're winning team fights. But if Shock plays
Yep.
aggressive, Shock will win these team fights. And if they lose those team fights, at least they're playing aggressive.
Ooh, actually,
Yep.
London decides to go to point, which is actually kind of smart because Glister just used all 3 of his turrets, so he's not gonna have the turrets to really mess with them here, and they get good point control.
But here's my guess.
London takes
Shock
position on
wants
the point
London to go to
first.
point.
Big
I guarantee you, every team always goes to point there, but Shock
Oh my
didn't really
god, the
care.
flank from Super.
The
flank.
Yep. They're playing aggressive. Ooh, but a flank from...
What is this flank TP?
Wow. But look at the
Super's
picks.
still in the middle of their team swinging away.
But that's definitely gonna hurt even more.
And look what the aggressive play does. They
Yep.
win the team fight.
Even though they end up getting with a flank TP,
Yep.
but a flank TP with a sim shooting
Yep.
is way different than a Reinhardt swinging 3 or 4 times with nobody else around.
Exactly. Playing aggressive. Now
Yep.
you know what they need to do? Violet window first here. This is a good opportunity
And
to
you
use
can tell
window
by that.
first.
Look at that. Look at those Reinhardt charge differences.
Yep.
That's massive, and he had it. He had it for a while. They just were going to win the fight, so there was no point in using it. Could have got another 50% if he had used it right away.
Yep. Now they have a TP in a good spot, by the way. That TP spot's actually really cool. It means that if
Yep.
they do go across the TP, well, look at this play.
Oh, okay.
But I think they know what's happening. Because Super can take the TP back,
Yep.
and they TP out. They just TP
Really?
out.
Okay. You know what?
I kind of like that.
Why not?
Well, they weren't ready for the play they wanted to make, so they just disengage out and then make another play.
Yep.
They have point
Still
control,
holding point.
and then they do get the
Ooh, that
window off
fire
first.
strike, unlucky.
London does window first.
That is difficult to get out of the way.
Oh.
Big shatter here. Big
Hardy
shatter
gets the
there
better
from
of
Hardy.
Super, Matt. Oh my!
The block and hit.
Yep.
Also,
But what happened there?
looks like the
London
Shock don't really try
used
and go
window
for a,
first.
fire strike
Yep,
that makes
London
it
used
looks
window
like
first.
Violet is
Great play.
keeping himself.
Yes.
But Hardy
Great play.
always has his fire strike ready for repositioning.
I'm curious to see if Shock's going to do something similar to get to point.
And
Yep.
there's,
Or are they just gonna go straight to point?
Fire strike coming out
Um,
so fast that if it just hit
Probably
a
straight to point. Use wall like strat here, because they know that London
Yep.
doesn't have wall. So they can get.
Well, they
go
went
for the
actually high ground.
They go for the high ground, and they do use the wall.
And there's a
And
way
they actually got Maywall out too, which means they're gonna have a good Maywall here. They might be able to use
Oh.
their.
That's huge.
Yep. I don't know if they're gonna win the fight yet, but so far they've gone out a lot of cooldowns you would want to get out, and they're just gonna play aggressive, and they get the
That's a
pick.
good beat. That beat though.
There we go.
And Blase uses his mailed, but the fight's over by the time he uses it.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yep.
That
Shock is-
mail, honestly, if that mail was, he had it for most of the time. If he used that earlier, probably would have won that fight.
issue on too many things.
And
Because how deep Super went.
Shock was able to use the ult first here. They ulted first. And they
Yep.
win the fight. We're seeing that. The teams that are using their ults first are winning the fights. Now, I wouldn't doubt it if Shock does use window here on this play, but it's really going to be dependent on where London goes. If London goes high ground, they're probably going to just sit there, take the TP down a point. Although it looks like some of the team didn't take the TP back, so they're going to be down to the last fight here.
Yep. They're actually just recharging right now.
And they don't have window.
Wait, what is this flag play? A good block from Super there too.
How did that not shatter?
How did that not shatter the sim?
I have no idea. I've been asking that multiple times. I have no idea. Maybe the shatter, like, I have no idea. That should have shattered the sim.
Different on ours, like in the replay viewer? Dude, I don't know.
I feel like that should have shattered them, right?
It should have at least hit the sim.
Exactly.
To engage right now. This is smart from London though, realizing that they were going to back out.
Okay, so you know what? London just beat it there. That's really good.
Yes.
Because they did not need to use that beat.
Nope. And look at the ults. Shock has exactly the ult you want. You have the
Wall.
sim ult retake. You have May ult. You're gonna have beat. I mean, it's just gonna come. If London wins this, it's gonna come down to good individual play or good teamwork. It's Shock has the ult. Shock has everything they need to close the game here. And look at the idea and play they go with.
I love that.
They gotta reset. They gotta reset fast.
Wow.
They gotta reset fast.
They try and make the TP play, and already the Spitfire are all over them. That now puts this in a last fight.
So
gotta just reset fast.
To give you an idea on what happened there, they knew they had no ultimate, so they just got aggressive on the TP play and just hoped that they could get a kill or two, and then they didn't even think they would probably stop from there.
Yep.
Nero does have May ult though. Good lamp.
That's a good lamp in a window too.
Yep.
Oh no. The wall. The wall.
Oh no.
Oh no.
There it is.
Oh no.
Spitfire able to
That May wall.
Oh no.
Just start to show a little bit of that shaking.
That was supposed to be the map. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Well,
dig in now.
This game has had a bit of everything today.
Dig in.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Dig in.
So this is probably going to be the most interesting point of the ones we've had. Now, because it's the last one, because
it is coming down to the last map, and we are seeing Rhine Sigma versus Rhine Sigma instead of Rhine Diva. Or, yes, Rhine Sigma. Which, by the way, Rhine Sigma is a comp that is ran sometimes. We don't see it as often as we used to, but I think it's to control the side of the map here. Sigma is really good with spam, and that's why they do that. And London chooses to get aggressive.
I like that move from Hattie there, by the way, to take that spot. I love that spot right there.
Look what Choi's doing.
Off angling.
Off angling on the side. So I wonder if that's a strategy they go for. They once again want the team to go there.
Oh, Choi almost goes down though.
Wow.
Take a lot of damage there.
Yep.
It's gonna rotate towards point.
Fight. They TP the point.
Oh, they take the TP. Okay.
Smart play. They're gonna get the point
that.
now. Now, obviously, they don't have the map control they would want, but yeah.
They're going to be a little bit careful.
Not bad.
Yep. That room is very dangerous, especially with Dragon coming up as fast as it is. That teleporter honestly forcing him out, even though they didn't even take it. Just force him out just by having it exist.
A lot just happened.
Super gets pinned off.
But I think that's going to be fine trade-wise, and I think Shock just is going to win this fight. Unless I'm missing something here, yeah, Shock's going to win that fight. That was really good.
Yep.
That was really good play.
That, honestly, that TP from Glister, just to put it there, really changed it. Because he was one shot off having Dragon, but then he decided to shoot the TP and then thought someone was coming through it, so jumped away from it.
Yep.
I guess he's going to stay on it.
But yeah, so far, Shock is very happy with how the fights are going. They're gonna have both Sim Wall and May ult soon, but there's gonna be a little bit of spam time they have to go through here first. There is a little bit of an ult advantage on London's side right now. And if London's able to take advantage of that, they'll be able to win. But so far, you know, Shock actually does lose Choi there, and it looks like it's going to be. But Shock is committing to. Oh wow, and they actually going to get the kill here unless that lamp keeps him alive. But I don't think. Oh my.
The lamp doesn't die. 5 HP.
No.
Wow.
Oh no.
The lamp does not die.
If you're London, do you want to play close? Do you want to play at a distance?
That's
they have been doing
not the most ideal.
Putting damage down on Choi, making it costly.
But the ults are still pretty good for Shock. So it's not. Obviously, you don't want to lose the fight there, but they do have an opportunity to take the fight here.
That beat on London is the big scary one.
Exactly. I can agree with that, but They do have a good wall here.
Yep, they have wall. Window goes up.
Oh, they can't
Oh,
TP out.
the flux.
Yeah.
They all get hit with a gravitic flux there. The dragon though is light.
They survive a lot of the.
They
ultimates,
survived
though.
that actually really
Yes.
well.
And they counter with wall right away, and they get the point. They flip the point.
massive.
Flipping the point here can be huge. And they're gonna be able to get a kill on Sigma.
Blizzard's TPs are actually forcing so many mistakes
Yep.
just by existing. I think they're overthinking. Uh-oh.
So much more than that, Matthew. It's such a critical moment. The Spitfire now can move back to the point.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna say, I was like, oh man, London played this terribly. That's their opportunity. And then all of a sudden,
That's tough.
Top rope saves the day.
That's tough. That's just tough.
Let's see this. Do they just like not?
This is tough.
In the flux.
I guess they just don't see him.
Bob's your uncle, Matt.
Oh, that May wall.
Just ignored him. Oh, come on.
He's
Big slam,
big
though.
slam.
It's not even like a,
Wait.
Super's
Super gets
booped up
booped on the
point.
point.
I wonder what's gonna happen with that.
Dirty from the shock.
They might actually get point. That play might actually help them. Super's gonna get
Wait.
point here. This
Wait,
actually might
Super
win
gets
them the
point because
game.
of that.
They might win the game because of that.
Wait.
I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
That boop to point might actually give them the game if they can stay alive here and survive this with these heals.
Live by the boop, die by the boop. This is the time.
Imagine that they get rolled there on that boop, but then they manage to turn it around. But we'll see though. There's a lot left in this fight, and that's a really good ultimate, but a really good beat. And they're able to get one kill.
So he gets knocked off the side.
How do you guys in a pin now? Super's gonna probably look to pin him and finish him. Nice, gets the kill. After you got and Kellex are going at it. 2 Reddit Lucios.
And that's it.
That's crazy.
Wow. No,
That's
seriously,
the craziest finish. Live by the boop, die by the boop.
The only reason why I say that helps them there and win that is because what happens is Shock isn't going to try to capture the point there. They want to win the team fight, right? So even if Shock wins the team fight there, it's like going to be like 90% to 90%, and then London has a good retake. But instead, Shock gets the point when he gets booped to the point, and then they take the map.
They get the job done.
That's one of those things where like,
here against London.
and Super probably knows that too. He's like, wow.
I think this definitely is
Wow.
going to have to, light up under this team.
What a matchup.
Get things going in the right direction. I think towards the end,
That
like,
boop actually, though.
Specifically the last 2 maps was so much better than what we saw earlier in the series. More Shock like that and they'll be fine.
Absolutely. I'm sure some onlookers maybe a little bit concerned to see, FT God Super look at this team.
But what a
Come
matchup.
in for the last map. You can see
What
how crucial the Reinhardt
a
is.
matchup that
So
was.
Hogan
I mean,
makes a switch over towards his Sigma, which was his.
Shock has a lot to work on over the next week.
Yep.
The good
Hey,
news
we gotta
is
give it to London though. London's
London
gotten a
played
lot
well.
better.
Yep.
They looked a lot better than they've been in the past couple weeks.
London played well. Good news is and we're gonna be pausing the cast now. The good news is that Shock was able to win, and now they have a week to look at what they can get better at and start to work with the rosters they're putting in there, and hopefully can show up next week and just pop off. They have Paris on Friday. They have Houston on Saturday. They got to go 2-0. They got to go 2-0. And London played well though. London is getting better and better. So, yeah, I'm super not dying there was
Get free point flip.
Yep.
And they couldn't push on to the rest of the team. Like if Super got booped while and like let's say like they pushed onto the other onto them like while Super was booped over to point, like that's one thing, but they weren't in a position to be able to do anything about either him on point or about the rest of the team there. Just
that was crazy. But well, what a matchup that was. I have to go. So we won't be doing any player interviews today. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. Make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't. Shock is literally 2,000 subs away from hitting 100K on YouTube, which is crazy. And
that's
make sure to like the video because they won the match, and it was a great time. Flats, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for another awesome co-stream. You did great. I'm Emongg.
Flats.
That's Flats. Hope y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
See ya.